Hi, this is Steven Julien, and this is Studio Digest with Reverb and Resident Advisor. We have a little moog thing here, sub-fatty. Bass lines, because it's mono. Sometimes I can run my, this is a secret, fuck it. Sometimes I can run my drums through there and put it through the filter and crank it and make it sound crazy. Here's a Toft 16 ATV. I don't use it entirely, but sometimes I use it for a little texture. MIDI controller. So the MPC I use, usually is for everything. I can make a whole song on there. Drums, sometimes I can just trigger some chords and stuff on the pads. You know, a song of mine called XL, entirely made on this many years ago before it came out, and 2000 XL, so do the maths. The original Roland, I think I just got it somewhere online, to be fair. It was around, how much did I get it for? About 1,200 or maybe grand or just beneath that. And I think it's about $5 now. Here's the hardware setup where I do most of my processing, or sometimes. I've got the Rupert Neve, the design here. I love this mic pre. I've got the famous API mic pre's here, 512Cs, and I've got some EQ I don't use enough, which is some API 550Bs, 2 Apollos, and some bits and bobs up there. Famous Juno 6, I think I got it way under $1,000 at the time. I don't know how much they're worth now, but a couple G. I don't know why this stuff is so expensive right now, no idea. Fitting technology's caught up very well on terms of how things sound digitally. But if you wanted to go for some out-of-the-box synth stuff, I would recommend all the Behringer stuff. Pretty cheap, fully analog, and so good. Look what came from Reverb this morning, an Apollo Solo by Universal Audio. Yeah, this is essential for me because I don't have to wait till I come home to complete a mix, or if I'm at the office, Apron office, and like an artist comes in, I can just record something on the fly, I can complete a mix down, I can track, I can basically complete or start from fresh on the go, so this is perfect. I've been producing music for around, professionally, I say 15 years, but I've been a bedroom producer all my life. I feel like my sound, you can see it and feel it as much as hearing it. I guess most of it is my influence growing up, so it could be anything from hip hop to jazz fusion and everything in between, mushed up in one. I've always had like a little work area for music everywhere I've lived, from my mum's house to like previous places that I've lived in. This is sort of the biggest setup I've ever had in my home live sort of environment. A typical day in the studio is when I don't mean to make anything happen, it kind of just happens for itself. So I could just be sitting here, or I could be with a couple of friends in a session, chilling, and then magic happens all of a sudden. As soon as I start thinking about doing something or working with someone, the magic never happens as well as it just happens naturally. So that could be starting from the MPC on the drums, that could be laying some chords down, and then sort of just layering on top of that, but as fluent as possible, without overthinking. At Roland's jam I did back in the day, the machines jammed, so it would be in a sequence and it stopped and jam went there, and I kind of kept that in the record. When I played on the dance floor the first time and people just heard that mistake, they didn't have no idea it was a mistake. They thought it was deliberate, and it went off. The first thing as a kid I got given to me from a mate was this little FM synthesizer that he bought from Argos, and he lent it to me, and I ended up keeping it, and I think his mum was trying to get it back off me, but I wasn't having it. That's still in the collection, and currently my favourite piece is definitely this Roland FM synth, which I'm not going to reveal. Very much into interior design and just design in general. You know, very homely, lush, kind of 70s with the rug. When people walk in, they just feel homely and be like, relax. And I think that sets up a good tone to start a good session. Fondest memory or icons that I've been privileged to work with in this studio, one of them is Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def. Have him here, just standing up here or sitting there and sitting downstairs and like just jamming with us, freestyling, vocaling on songs was like crazy. So if I was looking at alternative to buy one of these extremely stupid expensive machines, I would go for the Poly D Behringer version of the Moog or the Behringer version of the 808. Way affordable and it's analog and it's very close. If I was a kid now getting into production, I'll definitely be looking to get an MPC or an 808 because those are fun as hell.